Ralph Abernathy, Martin Luther King, Emmett Till, Medgar Evers, Rosa Parks, Jesse Jackson, all helped pave the way for President Barack Obama and every other African American male that has made a difference. What will you do? Will you make a difference? Several years ago, we pulled up to K97.5 in Raleigh, Radio 1, to make a difference. We were met at the door by Wade Banner. He's making a difference. Brian Dawson, he's making a difference. Will you make a difference? Don't judge a book by its cover. You never know what's in it.
What we need is to create and distribute a powerful public information campaign on film.
You gotta be persistent, you gotta be hungry, like Trey has talked about. And I think that notion of success is saying, what is it that I'm on this earth to do? What is it that I've got that no one else has and that I can give to this world? And reach that little bit higher and do that little bit more. You gotta realize that you're here for a purpose.
It's often said that the pen is mightier than the sword. Pull up your pants and pull down election levers. That's how you foster change. Guns, violence, it never works out well. Don't take your dream to your grave. Let's hear from Terrence J.
When you look at all the things and all the decisions that you're making right now at age 13, 14, 15, 16, you got to think, where do you want to be in 10 years? Where do you want to be in 20 years? I'm 27 years old. Do you want to be on TV? Do you want to be making money? Do you want to be following your dreams? Or do you want to be somewhere in jail? Do you want to be on drugs? Or do you want to be dead? You got to think about those things when you're making all those decisions in life. So please try to make the right choices. You know what's right from what's wrong, and just go out there and follow your dreams.
Play the tape of your decisions to the end. See what the future truly holds for you.
And I could not turn down the opportunity to talk to so. Hi, whenever I think about young people, especially young black people, I always try to inspire them to make positive life choices. They have to remember that life is all about choices. Either you're going to go down one path or you're going to go down the other. Now, I haven't been perfect all my life. I made some wrong decisions, but that's okay. You don't have to let your past decisions define you. All you have to do is wake up the next day and have positive intentions and make sure that you're moving forward in life and surround yourself with people who are positive people and that support you and want to see you do well.
Never be limited by other people's limited imagination.
Hold up, think about it. Take just a second to look in the mirror. Hold up.
No matter how far you've gone down the wrong road, you can always choose to turn around.
It's a very small world out there, and you never know who you just crap on today that you may have to sit in front of them to try to get a job from them later. So you got to remember never to burn bridges. I think that is one of the things I really try to instill into my kids is you cannot burn bridges. And for those that don't understand what I'm saying, it's just the example that I gave you. You cannot treat somebody with disrespect and expect it not to come back on you. I truly believe in karma. And I think that if you get out there and you learn to play the game, you learn how to smile and not be influenced by your other peers saying, oh man, I'm not kissing anybody's butt. That's ridiculous. You know, sometimes, you can call it whatever you want to call it. I call it getting ahead and put some money in the bank. Some people call it kissing butt. Well, listen, sometimes you got to do what you got to do in order to get to where you need to go. And I've done it my entire life, and I'm not ashamed to do it. I'm not sitting in a park drinking 40 ounce, and I'm not in jail.
It takes courage to become who you really are. Dare to be different. I am Michael Brown. You are Michael Brown. We are all Michael Brown. The things that separates the Michael Browns are the decisions we make, the choices we make. The lawyers, the pathologists, the eyewitnesses all see things differently. What is clear, that committing a strong-arm robbery was not a good choice. Approximately 9 minutes after Michael Brown made this choice, his life was over.
I'm tired of it. It stops today. This guy right here is forcibly trying to lock somebody up for breaking up a fight.
Everybody standing there until they do nothing.
To make better choices is what we need to make better choices is what we need. Sometimes we don't want to admit it, that we could do better with it. Our choices, using them.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
The video goes on to show officers wrestling Garner to the ground. The officer on his back, placing one arm around Garner's neck to subdue him. Police Commissioner Bratton called this maneuver a chokehold. Meanwhile, in Manhattan,
like so many New Yorkers, I was very troubled by the video.
Hold up, think about it. Take just a second to look in the mirror. Hold up, wait. Life will be much better when you think about it.
And when you see another officer doing wrong, you should grip him up by the neck and tell him he is doing wrong.
What everybody else, the choices is what we need. Hey. Better choices is what we need to make.
And there was a guy in there with a pistol, you know, it's probably fake, but he's like pointing it at everybody. The guy keeps pulling in his arms, it's probably fake, but you know what? It's scaring the shit out of me. You know?
Better choices is what we need. Don't let the youth inherit our pain. We must plan to change our choices. Perfection is a process. Good choices started. Generations are it. Don't let interaction go extinct by letting so-called smart devices think.
Now, we have a video that we're about to show you that's very, very difficult to watch. It is graphic, but it's the video that his wife was taking as the police were beating him up. And you can hear her screaming and asking if he's still alive. Take a quick look.
Luis, please! Luis, please!
Calm down, sir.
Luis, are you okay?
Hold up, think about it.
He doesn't move! You kill him! You kill him!
He's getting medical attention right now. I just need to stay over here.
You're killing my husband!
5 guys got on top of him, beating him ruthlessly on the head, just pow, 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 even with knees. When they flipped him over, you could see all the blood on his face. He was disfigured. You couldn't recognize him.
ABC News exclusive. The officer from Ferguson, Missouri, who will not be charged in the shooting death of Michael Brown, speaking out for the first time.
And as I'm holding him, I see him coming back around with his left hand. And it's in the shape like this, and it comes in through the window and just a solid punch to the right side of my face.
But you're still sitting there figuring out, how do I get out of this?
Yes. I mean, the next thing was, how do I survive?
As you know, some of the eyewitnesses have said, at that moment when he turned around and put his hands up.
And I again yelled, stop, you on the ground, giving him the opportunity to stop. And he ignored all the commands and he just kept running.
Choices is what we need.
And you're absolutely convinced, when you look through your heart and your mind, that if Michael Brown were white, this would have gone down in exactly the same way?
Yes.
What we need.
There's nothing he says he would do differently right now.
As all of you know, a few minutes ago, the grand jury deliberating the death of Michael Brown issued its decision.
Strong arm robbery, not a good choice. Michael Brown was on the cusp of manhood. His parents are now forced to live with his death for the rest of their life. The choices we make are critical. Choose to make history and not have his story told about you.
The man on the left in the pink shirt told CNN they heard one gunshot. Then, about 30 seconds later, a second shot. He says he saw Michael Brown staggering. Then he says Brown put his hands up and said, "Okay, okay, okay." The witness told us the cop didn't say get on the ground, he just kept shooting. That same witness described the gruesome scene, saying he saw Michael Brown's brains come out of his head, again reiterating his hands were up.
Michael Brown was walking down the middle of the street with the stolen cigarillos in his hands.
An 18-year-old was walking down the street and an officer decided to be judge, jury, and executioner.
What was Michael Brown's responsibility when confronted by the police officer? Did he comply? Choices.
Do you wish it had played out differently?
No, I believe that the only reason we have this attention is because of the looting you're riding.
Businesses that served the community for years were looted and vandalized. And that's a good thing?
Without these business broken into, none of y'all would be out here.
That may be true, but it doesn't make it right. I wish Martin Luther King could talk to you.
Hurting others or destroying property is not the answer.
Peaceful protest can bring about change. Martin did it. We have the blueprint. Why aren't we using it here?
What caught many people's attention in that video were the words of Michael Brown's stepfather that could be seen as a call to violence to protesters.
Emotionally charged words from a grieving parent. Do you really want to judge him now? Have you ever said anything in anger? Have you ever wished you could just take it back? Before you judge him, bury your child with those same circumstances. Then, who knows?
Sometimes we don't want to admit it, that we could do better with it. Our choices.
Michael Brown's blood is crying from the ground.
Defensive, together's where the strength is. Choices. We gotta see how our unity will shake the very fabric of reality. Hold up, wait. Think about what's at stake. Choices. Hold up, think about it. Take just a second to look in the mirror. Hold up, wait. Life will be much better when you think about it. Think about it. Hold up, think about it. You don't represent yourself, but everybody else. Better choices is what we need. Hey! Need to make. Better choices is what we need to make. Better choices is what we need to make. Better choices is what we need. Better choices is what we need. Don't let the youth inherit our pain. We must plan to change our choices. Perfection is a process. Good choices started, generations are it. Don't let interaction go extinct by letting so-called smart devices think. Choices. Let's not log on, but log off, so that we can talk and choose a better course. Hold up, wait. Think about what's at stake. Think about it. Yeah. Hold up, think about it. Take just a second to look in the mirror. Hold up, wait. Life will be much better when you think about it. Hold up, think about it. You don't represent yourself, but everybody else. Better choices is what we need. Yeah. Better choices is what we need.